Hello everybody and welcome back to the Mongoolie Show. We've got a great episode for you today. We're going to be breaking down the 2 reworks as well as the 3 brand new characters that make up the Mercs for Money team. Now I'm going to be doing this as a slideshow, so all these slides are available in my Discord, link down below. So if you want to take those, share them with your alliance mates, whatever you want to do with them on Discord, that's entirely up to you, but you do have to join the Discord to get access to them. Or you can take screenshots, that's fine too. We go live on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays over at twitch.tv/The Mongoolie Show. If you have any questions about this team, you can go over there, hit that follow button so you see when we go live, as well as you can just subscribe here on YouTube. It's probably the easiest way. Leave a comment down below if you got a question, and I'll do my best to get back to you. Other than that, let's get into the video. All right, so first up is Deathpool. Now, there's not a whole lot going on with her kit that's changed because she's already pretty damn good. She does have the Mercs for Money tag now, as well as the Mercenary tag, and she's going to get an increase by 16% to both her health and her damage, and 7% to her armor, focus, and resist. Other than that, the only thing that changes with her character is anywhere her character would say Mystic, it now says Mystic and Hero. That's it. Let's move on. All right, Deadpool has a few more changes and bigger changes, quite frankly, because he's a much older character and much worse. He also gets the Mercs for Money and the Mercenary tags, both good, as well as he's going to get 119% extra health, 53% extra damage, 190% extra armor, 155% focus, 97% resist, and 5% speed. Now, on top of that, everything in blue here is new to his kit. I didn't bother putting the old kit in because you can see what's new here. His basic is going to gain a bonus attack for 220% damage, as well as attack always crits if the target is a minion or has safeguard. I'm thinking Raider for this character, by the way. I didn't put that in the slide, but just so you know, that's where I'm leaning towards right now. His ISO 8 also has the same thing about minion or safeguards. His special, you're going to have the Old Man Logan tag getting added to it, and it says this attack clears all barrier on primary target and ignores stealth. That's really good. That's a nice addition. This attack also ignores defense up, which is, again, very nice. His ultimate is going to apply stun and 2 bleeds to the primary target, as well as chain into 6 or 7 additional targets and applying 2 bleed to them as well. And if Domino or Pandapool is an ally, this attack cannot be blocked or counterattacked. As far as his passive goes, his healing goes up to 20% of his max health, and on kill, he's going to generate ability energy for Cable or Old Man Logan. That's going to be very important for Old Man Logan's kit when we get to it. As well as on any ally Deathpool's turn, apply 1 charge to a maximum of 5 to that ally, which is great because that means she's going to be able to get to her 5 charges, which she needs to instantly kill somebody, so that's really important. He's also got a 100% chance of revival at 100% of his life if Domino, Deathpool, or Old Man Logan are on his team, which means Deadpool is going to be the new Greg, essentially, just coming back constantly. As long as one of those 2 characters from the Mercs is on your team, you're good to go. All right, getting into the new characters, we've got Pandapool. He has a Hero, Global, Mutant, Protector, Mercenary, and a Merc for Money, obviously. He has a speed of 116, and he's going to require Hammer Tech as his unique. Now, I am bouncing back and forth, honestly, between Healer or Skirmisher for this character based on whether you want to be defensive or offensive. I think if you want to be defensive, Healer's going to be really, really good for him, but if you're going to use this as an offensive team, you're definitely going to want Skirmisher, so kind of depending on what you want to do with this team will determine where you go with that. His basic is called Bear Hug, where you're going to attack the primary target for 275% damage, and you're going to apply bleed, and then you're going to do this attack 2 more times, and this attack, because it's a giant panda, can't be blocked. That's amazing. As far as his ISO 8 counterattack assist goes, what you're going to be doing is attacking the primary target for 205% damage with 17% piercing and applying bleed. Not bad. His special is Poacher Hunter. It costs 5, but you start with 5, so you can do this on turn 1. You're going to be attacking the primary and adjacent targets for 350% damage, as well as applying offense down. You're going to heal for 20% of this character's maximum health and gain 2 regeneration, defense up, and taunt, and this attack cannot be blocked or dodged. If you can get this off early enough, regeneration plus defense up plus taunt means you're going to be taking a lot of hits, which is why I kind of like Healer on this guy, so you can take all those hits but not really be in danger, because you do want him to stay alive. Well, we'll get into that. His special is called Poacher Hunter. It costs 5, but you start with 5, so you can do this on turn 1. You're going to attack the primary and adjacent targets for 350% damage, as well as applying offense down. You're also going to heal for 20% of this character's max health, which is really nice. But the big thing here is you're going to gain 2 regeneration, defense up, and taunts. The enemies are going to have to hit you, and you're going to be able to take those hits a little bit better. This is kind of why I like the healer for this one, just so this character can stay alive for a bit longer and free the rest of your team up to do more of the damage. But Skirmisher is also a good option because you are hitting multiple targets, you're going to be setting more of those vulnerables around. This attack cannot be blocked or dodged, so you are going to hit those characters, which is really nice. I apologize for the wall of text on some of these. They just are what they are. This is the way kits are nowadays. His ultimate is called Pandemonium. It costs 7, but you only start with 4, so you're going to have to build up for this one. You're going to attack all enemies for 200% damage. You're going to steal 20% health from all the enemies and then redistribute 200% of the health stolen to self and all Mercs for Money allies, and this will bypass heal block, so you're going to get the heal no matter what. Again, you're going to gain taunts, that's 2 of your abilities gaining taunt, and you're going to heal self and all Mercs for Money allies for 10% of this character's max health. That's on top of the health that you just stole from the other enemies, so you're going to be keeping your team alive. You're going to clear all negative effects from self and all Mercs for Money allies, which is amazing. You're going to apply 2 death proof, defense up for 2 turns, offense up for 2 turns, and immunity for 2 turns to self and all Mercs for Money allies. Immunity, death proof, off, like, that's incredible. You have to wait a couple turns to get to this one, but it's so good when you do. You're also going to apply stealth to a random Deadpool ally, and Deadpool really does like to be in stealth, so that's good for him. And in war, you're going to apply safeguard for 2 turns to self and all Mercs for Money allies. Now, you're not starting with safeguard, so that's a little unfortunate, but you are getting rid of all negative effects and then applying the safeguard, so it's going to be really hard for them to flip anything of yours once you get that safeguard on. So once this goes off, your team is going to be in a really strong position. This attack cannot be blocked or dodged. I'm pretty sure that's accurate for all 3 of his attacks. So when this character wants to hit somebody, he is gonna freaking hit somebody. Let's go. All right, this is another reason why I was kind of thinking healer for this character. His passive, Panda for Hire. When this character drops below 50% health, you're going to clear 2 negative effects from yourself, gain taunt, defense up, and 2 death proof. You're also going to heal all Mercs for Money for allies for 10% of the character's max health and apply death proof to all Mercs for Money allies. Now, if you're healing, you're going to go drop below 50%, go above 50%, and drop below again potentially, and then you're going to do all these triggers multiple times. That seems really good. So again, do you want to be defensive or do you just want to punch the enemy in the face? Because you're also doing damage to all the enemies, so that's what makes Skirmisher really good too, because you're just going to be giving out a lot of vulnerables. We got some characters that really want those vulnerables. So I'm on the fence on this one. On ally Deadpool or Old Man Logan turn, you're going to gain assist now, so that's going to be really good as you spread those bleeds out, because this character gives bleeds on his assists. On death, 20% chance to revive with 50% of this character's max health. Now 20% isn't a whole lot, that's a 1 in 5, but whatever, I'll take it. 50% of this character's max health, which means you have the ability, once you drop below that 50%, to trigger your abilities again, gaining death proof and all that stuff for all the different Mercs. For each Deadpool or Old Man Logan ally, gain 40% revive chance and revive with an additional 25% of this character's max health. My God, that just changed everything I just said. For each Deadpool or Old Man Logan ally, you're going to gain 40% revive chance. That means if you've got both of them on your team, you have a 100% chance of reviving with Pandapool, potentially up to 100% of your max health. Holy crap. You're also going to gain 50% armor, and your allies are going to gain that as well. Sorry, your Mercs for Money allies gain that as well. 75% resistance for you and your buddies, 50% for you and your buddies. And in war, you're going to spawn with, and in war, on spawn, fill speed bar by 25%, as well as 10% per Mercs for Money allies, which is up to 65% if you've got all 4 of them. Well, 5 of them, you know what I mean. If this character's health is greater or equal to 50%, stun and disrupted cannot be applied to this character. That is huge. But on top of that, speed bar cannot be reduced. So you're going to be going as fast as you want to be, and that's great. If this character or any Mercs for Money ally does not have defense up, that character gains 25% damage reduction and 25% resistance. This character is bananas. Like, this is such a good war team. All right, Old Man Logan. This is the legendary character that we knew was coming. He's kind of the worst kept secret of Marvel Strike Force at the moment. He's going to be hero, global, mutant, controller, which just seems weird, mercenary, X-Men, Mercs for Money, and legendary. He's got a speed of 120, which is pretty good. He's got adamantium, obviously, as his unique, and I'm really liking Striker on this character, and let's explain why. Look at all the text just for his basic. This character's insane. Anyways, his basic is Wasteland Strike. Attack primary target for 300% damage plus 100% drain, and you're also going to apply Disrupted. This is a basic, and that's just the first line. If this character has Claws Out, now think of Claws Out as kind of like Gamora's Empowered ability, where like once you gain it, you have it for the rest of the fight. If this character has Claws Out, instead attack primary target for 300% piercing and 100% drain, while also applying Disrupted and 2 bleed for 2 turns. Very strong. Generate 1 ultimate ability energy for self and fill speed bar by 20%. Now that's going to be really important because your ultimate for this character, you start with 1, you have to get to 7. So the fact that he's got multiple abilities that will give him ultimate ability energy is really, really nice. Fill speed bar by 20%. If this character has Claws Out, this attack cannot be dodged or blocked. Makes sense, nobody's going to be able to block 6 adamantium knives coming towards him. As far as his counter and assist goes, attack primary target for 250% damage and 17 piercing plus 100% drain, applying Disrupted. That's insane for his ISO 8 attack. If this character has Claws Out, instead attack primary target for 267% piercing, I don't know where they get these numbers, 100% drain, apply Disrupted, and 2 bleed for 2 turns. You're also going to generate 1 ultimate ability energy for self and fill speed bar by 20%, which means if you've got a vulnerable on a character and this guy's a striker, you're going to hit, generate an ability energy, gain 20%, hit again, gain another ability energy, and fill the speed bar by another 20%, and that's just for doing your basic. Also, you gain an ability energy at the start of your turn, so you're gaining 3 ability energy on that turn, which seems really, really good. You're already halfway to your ultimate, so that 1 for 7 isn't as bad as it sounds. His special is called Logan's Fury. It costs 4 and you start with 4. Attack primary target for 420% damage, flip all positive effects into negative effects, and apply stun. Chain to 4 targets within 2 spaces of the previous target for 350% damage, and flip all positive effects into negative effects. That's potentially 5 characters. You're taking all of their positives away and giving them negatives. That's ridiculous. Like, if that works as well as it reads that it's going to work, this character is going to be an absolute beast, and you can do this turn 1. If this character, so assuming they don't have Safeguard, obviously. If this character has Claws Out, which you will not have on turn 1, instead attack primary target for 420% piercing, flip all positive effects into negative effects, apply stun and trauma. Instead, rebound chain to 7 targets within 2 spaces of the previous target for 350% piercing, flip all positives and negatives, and apply trauma. So again, you won't be able to do that on turn 1, but if you can get this off after you've got your Claws Out, giving negative effects, changing all the positives to negatives and applying trauma so those negatives can't be flipped or taken away is so gross. Really gross. You're also going to apply 2 bleed for 2 turns to each target, gain 2 death proof, immunity, and safeguard. So you're protecting yourself. And again, you can do this turn 1. You're going to generate 1 ultimate ability for self, just like the other one did. So that's again going to help you towards getting towards your ultimate. Apply revive once to self and a random Daken ally. Now it does specify that this has no effect if you've already got a revive, so you can't bulk up on your revives. You're only ever going to be able to get 1. But still, giving a revive to yourself or to Daken, and to Daken is really, really good. This attack gains 1000% extra focus against chargeable protector enemies. I don't know exactly who those enemies are. That feels like that's going to be super niche, but when it matters, it's going to matter a lot. This attack cannot be counterattacked, which is fantastic. And if this character has Claws Out, it can't be dodged or blocked. So again, Claws Out just makes you so much better. Speaking of Claws Out, here is the ultimate. This is where you're going to get it. The ultimate, still the best. Obviously, the line being, I'm the best there is at what I do, but what I do isn't very nice. He's still the best at it, even though he's old. First off, you're going to gain Claws Out. I lied. It was 1 of 6. I thought this was 1 of 7. It makes it even better. 1 of 6. So it gets you a little bit closer. So it really is halfway if you do your basic. Insane. Gain Claws Out. Clear barrier on all enemies. Attack all enemies for 550% piercing and 100% drain, and flip all positives into negatives. Apply all of the following negative effects for 2 turns: 2 bleed, defense down, disrupted, and trauma. Holy crap. Apply ability block to the enemy with the highest damage. It's mildly unfortunate you don't get to choose who to ability block, but like in most situations, you want to ability block the character with the highest damage anyways, and this will be a way of getting around taunts or stealths, things like that. So most of the time it's going to be a good thing. Once in a blue moon, it's going to be unfortunate that you don't get to choose, but whatever. Generate 1 special ability. So the other 2 are generating ultimate abilities. This is generating special ability. And this attack ignores defense up, cannot be counterattacked, dodged, or blocked. just insane. You're gonna not be able to do this on turn 1, obviously, but once this goes off, the match is over. Your claws out abilities are so freaking good. Giving trauma on basically every attack is ridiculous. And once you get going, if you've got some vulnerables going out there, you've got this character going off, your speed bar is going to be getting increased multiple times. Like, again, let's go back to that basic for a second. So you're going to be getting ultimate abilities off of your basic and off your counter attack, but you're also getting 20% speed bar off of both of those attacks. So again, if you do your basic, you're gonna have that 20%, and then you got the vulnerable on the character, you're gonna get the ISO right away, you're gonna get another 20%, you're getting 40% speed bar right away, as well as 3 ability energy, or 3 ultimate ability energy, I should say. It just seems nutty. I can't wait for this character. Like, Wolverine has been kind of mediocre for a long time. I wish this character was Wolverine, but I mean, I will gladly take Old Man Logan, so be it. The hair's not quite what it should be, blah, 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 blah. Like, there's minor consents, but for the most part, this character looks insane, and I'm here for it. Daken. Daken's Wolverine's son, and that's literally all I know about him. He's got, not in this picture, but you'll see he has a claw coming out like here, which just looks painful to me. Like, I don't know, the claws back here seem menacing, and this one seems like it would hurt. Whatever, that's just my own thing. Anyways, he is a villain, global, mutant. Again, he's a controller. Seems weird for somebody with claws in their hands, whatever. Mercenary, mercs for money. He's got a speed of 119. He's just a little bit slower than his old man. He's going to be using the unstable molecule cloth, I believe that's called, as well as I like him as a raider, so you're going to be getting lots of crits and hopefully getting out a lot of those vulnerables for your old man to take advantage of. His basic is called Claw and Fang. Attack primary target for 275% damage and chain to 2 adjacent targets for another 275% damage, and you're going to flip stealth. Really good for this character, a way to get your stealth characters or your enemy stealth characters so that your characters can attack them. I love it. This attack can chain to stealth targets and cannot be blocked. His ISO attack is attack primary target for 205% damage and 17 piercing, so you're not going to flip the stealth on the ISO, but you're still doing damage. That's basically all it's doing, which is why I don't really like him as a striker. His special, can't run, can't hide, costs 4, but you start with 4. Attack primary target for 300% piercing, flip 3 random positives into negative effects, chain to 4 adjacent targets for 300% piercing and flipping those positives into negatives. This attack can chain to stealth targets, which is nice. Apply 2 bleed and slow for 2 turns to each target. Giving slow to your teammates when Wolverine's going faster is ridiculous. Bonus attack the enemy with the highest damage, ignoring taunt and stealth for 300% piercing. Flip all positive effects into negative effects and apply 2 bleed and slow for 2 turns. So you're getting off potentially 6 different attacks there, because you're attacking the primary target, 4 adjacent targets, and a bonus attack on the enemy with the highest damage. Really, really good, and you can do this on turn 1. If the target heads stealth before the initial attack, apply ability block for 1 turn. Heal block for 2 turns, and trauma for 2 turns to that target. You're really hunting those characters who are trying to hide from you. I guess it's literally called Can't Hide, and it's right. In war, you're gonna get a bonus attack the enemy support with the highest damage, so that's now a 1, 4, 5, 6th attack. Sure, only in war, but whatever. Ignoring taunt and stealth for 300% piercing. Flip all positive effects into negative effects and apply ability block, 2 bleed, slow for 2 turns, heal block for 2 turns, trauma for 2 turns. Gain immunity. This attack gains 25% extra damage against targets with stealth. You really, really hate those stealth characters. Can't be blocked, dodged, or counter-attacked. This is such a stupid first turn move. I just love it. It's so good for the first chance you get out there. You've got an enemy with stealth and you're just like, nah, we're good here. Just wreck them. Oh, and there you can see his little claw sticking out, like underneath the wrist. I don't know. It just looks weird to me. I don't know this character that well. I'm sure that's 100% what the character's supposed to look like, but whoever came up with that, like, what is that bone attached to even? I have so many questions. Whatever, moving on. His ultimate, cut to pieces. It costs 7, you start with 5. Attack primary and adjacent targets for 250% damage, apply 2 bleed, and reduce speed bar by 5%. Again, Wolverine's going faster, this guy's making him go slower. Great combination. Attack for 250% piercing to any target with safeguard. So you're not gonna be able to flip their stealths and stuff like that if they've got the safeguard, but you're just gonna do more damage to them, just be like, get wrecked. Repeat this attack 2 additional times, which is really nice. And then flip 3 negative effects, 2 positive effects for self and all Mercs for Money allies. Really, really nice. Not a whole lot more to say, it's just a great attack. And then his passive, like father, like son, on spawn, gain stealth, because you can do it, but your enemies can't. On turn, heal, well, they can, but you're going to hunt them. You know what I'm saying. On turn, heal self for 20% of this character's max health. Great. When any Wolverine or Old Man Logan ally drops below 50% health, gain offense up for 2 turns. Essentially, your dad gets hurt and you get pissed off. On crit, gain 1 stealth, up to a maximum of 3, so you'll be stealth for quite some time. And again, we're going to go Raider with this character, so we're getting more of those crits off, or at least we're going to try to. When any enemy gains stealth, when any enemy gains stealth, fill this character's speed bar by 60%. Really hate stealth characters. I can't explain it enough. When this character or any non-protector Merc, that's basically everybody but Pandapool, gains taunt, remove all negative effects from that character and apply stealth. I don't know how often that's going to come up, but it could. There's definitely characters that can give other opponents taunt, like Cyclops and whatnot, so maybe. Gain 40% crit chance for you and your Mercs for Money buddies. Gain 50% focus for them and you. While this character has stealth, gain 30% crit damage. Again, Raider. While any Merc for Money ally has stealth, they gain 30% crit damage, and in war, at the start of any match, enemy support characters cannot spawn with immunity, and you're going to gain 50% additional focus. This is such a ridiculous war team, and I don't usually get excited for war teams, but I don't know. Something about the character designs for these characters has me really excited. Now, if you know me, you know that I'm not the biggest war fan. Like, I don't really care that much. So why am I getting so excited for this war team? Maybe it's because I'm shilling for Scopely. I don't think so. I think it's just the fact that I'm so excited for there to be a Wolverine in this game that's actually cool. I'm sorry, like when I started, Wolverine was pretty much dead. He got a little bit of a rework with Weapon X, but not enough to make me care. He's getting that cool weapon, the X-Men 97 costume, which is nice, but again, he's just not good enough. This Wolverine looks insane. His son looks really good. I love Deathpool, so she getting a little bit of a rework is only good things. I'm not the biggest Deadpool fan, but whatever. Pandapool, I didn't vote for him, but like, he's fine. He's gonna be cool. I think it's going to be a fun team to run. I'm going to build this team up, probably not to the moon, but well enough to be useful in war. I'm sure they're going to be required for some content at some point. But what do you guys think? Did I pick the right ISOs for these characters? What are you going to be running for them? Are you excited for this team whatsoever? Or is this a hard pass for you? Let me know down in the comments below. If you made it this far in the video, I have to assume you like it. Hit that like button, hit subscribe, tell me all the things I got right, tell me if I got anything wrong. And if you want to, head over to twitch.tv/The Show. We go live on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Saturdays, at least in theory. So hit that follow button so you know when we go live, we can have a conversation there and just hang out. Other than that, Commanders, you have a great week, and we'll catch you next time. Good luck to you.